Hello, everybody. Melanie here from Mel's Inky Fingers. Happy Friday. So I have just been having a little bit of technical difficulty this morning with devices. I feel like Facebook is an adventure every day. There are new challenges. And for some reason, I have been logged out of some of my devices, and I'm having a hard time getting it all straight. So I had to quickly switch around my my setup, which if you've ever recorded anything, you know that your setup takes a little bit of time. So I'm just going to make sure I'm in the right spot here and that everyone can hear me. If you jump on, say good morning or good afternoon, I should say, and let me know you're here. Let me just make sure that I can see your comments. Oh, yes. Great. I think we're all set. Hi, Julie. Welcome and thanks for joining me today. Oh, whew, it's always a little bit of an adventure until you get going. So hi, everybody. Welcome. Thanks for joining me today. Happy Friday. Thank you for spending a little bit of your day with me today. You know, this is always a highlight of my week. Today, we are going to mix a little bit of old with the new and play a little bit with some of the new colors. And I wanted to show you these super simple cards. They're great to make if you just need to beef up your stash and get a bunch of cards in your stash, or if you're running short on time and just need to make a quick card. They're very cute. But in doing so, I'm going to show you a lot of the new colors coming in the Stampin' Up! Color line. So if you join me on Friday, you know that Stampin' Up! Did what we call a color refresh for our new catalog that is coming out in a week. Can you believe it? This is the brand new catalog that's going to launch on May 2nd. I'm very excited. This gives you a little sneak peek of some of our new colors that are coming. And some of the colors aren't brand new. They have been passed in colors. In fact, a lot of them have been passed in colors, but now they're in our core color line. So we are going to recreate this card in multiple colorways today so that you can see how the new colors work with some of our carryover colors, as well as get some ideas for making really quick and cute cards. So yeah, that's what we're doing. So hi, everybody. Welcome. Thanks for joining me. I'm glad you're here. This is the stamp set we're going to work with today, and I worked with this last week too, so I thought I would show you some more ideas for it. So anyway, couple of announcements. So the time is running out to shop from these two catalogs. This is our May 2022 to April 2023 annual catalog. There's a lot of glare. I don't know if you're getting as much glare as I'm seeing. So anyway, this is the last week to shop. So May 1st, this catalog goes away. So anything that is not making it into our brand new catalog will be gone. If it's not already sold out, there are already so many things sold out, but there are still tons of amazing deals, especially if you're looking for dies or designer series paper. Guys, there's so many things 60% off. So check out the last chance list. This is the other catalog that is retiring. This is the January to April 2023 mini catalog. Lots of really beautiful things in here that aren't carrying over. So this is the last chance list. This the link to this can be found in my online store. This is the list of all the things that are retiring. Look at all these things. Look at all these 60 and 50% off. So some really great sales. Okay. Like I said, lots of these are sold out, but there's tons of really great stuff left. So check that out. Then, if you have not received your catalog from me and you live in the United States and do not have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, please reach out. I would love to send you a catalog. If you're a customer and you shop with me, you should have received your catalog, or I think there were just a couple still showing up on my outgoing mail list yet. So they may be reaching you very soon if you're those couple left. Here is the current host code. I will post this if you have some last chance shopping to do, okay? Because you know I always give you a gift when your purchase is at least $50, so you don't want to miss out on that. It is also the last week to shop for product shares and paper samplers. So if you follow my blog, you may have seen my post. So this lists all the information. If you get a catalog from me, you also receive this information tucked in your catalog the 30th, so just a couple days, is the last day to reserve these, okay? So when a new catalog launches, I offer you the opportunity to get a little bit of all the new things without having to purchase full packages. It is a great way to experience a catalog, especially our annual catalogs where you have an entire year to create using the great products. This gives you a little bit of everything so that you are able to create all those beautiful projects that you're going to see me share with you, or you're going to see around the Stampin' Up! World. So I'm offering designer series paper, specialty paper, ribbon, and embellishment shares. 4 different shares this time. The ribbon and embellishment share is separated because there are a lot of them and I wanted to keep it affordable for you. I am also offering bonuses if you purchase multiple shares. And I also have paper samplers for the annual catalog available. So what are these? Let me show you. So when you get a paper share, you're going to get 1/4 of a pack of all of the designer series papers that are in the new catalog. So 12 by 12 papers will come 6 by 6. You'll get 1 sheet of each pattern. And 6 by 6 papers will come 6 by 6, although sometimes 1/4 of a pack means it has to be cut down to 6 by 6. But I leave it as big as I can so that you have the most opportunity to create and you're not limited to a 6-inch piece. For example, the papers, a lot of times the paper's cut to 6 by 6, but when you have the 12 by 6, it gives you the opportunity to do some fancy folds and so forth without having to put your papers together. So I leave them as big as I can for you. So this is what a paper share looks like. And they come individually packaged and labeled so that it makes it nice to store. So the designer series paper and specialty paper, which I call my glimmer and shimmer share, those are these, they come 1/4 pack. So the designer series paper is 13 collections. You get 50 off, it's for $52. And the specialty paper, you get 7 collections, it's $23. Now, in the past, I have packaged the ribbon and embellishment shares in this cute little box and labeled it so that it's nice to store and know what catalog it comes from. I will be packaging them a little bit different this time, but unfortunately I can't show you how because I can't get the product until the catalog launches on May 2nd. So I don't know exactly what they're going to fit in, but I promise you it'll be packaged cute in a way that you can store it and access it by catalog, making it nice for you. The ribbon comes like this and it's labeled with the item number and name so that you know, as well as the embellishments. These aren't labeled yet, but they will be. And they'll be in some cute container. So the embellishment share is 1/5 of a pack of the embellishments listed. The ribbon share is 1/4 of a spool. It generally is about a little more than 1 to a little more than 2 yards. It depends on how much is on a spool. You'll get a true 1/4 of the spool. I take it all off, I cut it into 4. That's what you get, okay? So the ribbon share is $34 and you get lots. I think there's like 11 or so. The embellishment share, there's 10 and it's $20. There's 13 ribbons, okay? Then the paper samplers, not to be confused with the paper share. The paper samplers are a resource tool. They look like this. If it's 12 by 12, I cut it down to 4 by 6. If it's a 6 by 6 collection, I leave it whole. They're labeled. They've got the coordinating colors on the back. These are meant to use while you're creating so that you can see all the patterns that come in a collection so you can mix and match and decide what you would like to use. The beauty of these, when you're done and don't want to keep it as a sampler anymore, you pull this up and rip it off, and now you have your designer series paper that you can create with, and these are big enough that it can cover the front of a card, so you can get a lot of creating out of this. The designer series paper sampler for set for this catalog includes 20 of these samplers. You get all the designer series papers as well as the specialty papers, and it's $49 for all 20. Okay, so like these 6 by 6 collections, you're actually in a lot of them getting, sometimes 1/4 pack of a collection in here. So there can be a lot of designer series paper in these paper samplers. Okay. And then, of course, I reopened my color deck. These were sold out for a while. I wasn't sure I was going to be able to make some more. I am going to be able to get a few more in. So this is the color deck. It's 3¼ by, 3½ by 4¼ Let me get that right. Yep, 3½ by 4¼ It's a piece of all 53 colors in our color line, our 40 core colors, our 3 basics, as well as the 10 in colors. And these are labeled by color so that you can mix and match and decide what colors you want to pair together on your project. And they come bound so that it stays together nicely for you. So this is $12, okay? And I only have a few of these left. So if you want that, get it soon. All right, so let's create. So for today, I wanted to use just a few products and show you how you can mix and match to make a lot of really cute cards very easily. So let me make sure that I'm not having any questions here. Make sure no one has asked any questions. Okay, I may have a hard time seeing your questions today, so I apologize if I miss it. I'll try to get to it. So we're going to use the Charming Sentiment set today and mix and match with all kinds of our new colors. And I'm going to show you how you can make these quick and easy cards with this fun ink blended background. Very easy to do. And we have a couple different papers that I think work fabulous to do this technique. So these two projects are made using our natural gilded foil paper. So this is part of our, whoops, I have it upside down. This is part of our online release. You will not see this in a catalog. You get these 3 patterns in a pack. You get 2 12 by 12 sheets of each. There's bronze, silver, and gold on vanilla. And they work beautifully for adding your own color touches to your projects. The other collection that works really great is this. Look at these black and white prints. Aren't those amazing? This is from one of our new paper collections, which is already turning out to be a favorite, called Zoo Crew. Look how cute. Now this has a coordinating stamp and die bundle, which I can't wait to play with. I did not get it in the demonstrator pre-order, but it's on my list. Look how adorable that is. But when you flip them over, you have all these really amazing black and white patterns. So this works great for ink blending as well and creating custom cards in any color you might want. So we're going to work a little bit with those too. So let me show you how we make this. So you are going to want some of your favorite ink colors. And I am picking 3 for all of my cards today. And then I am simply going to use some of our blending brushes. And our blending brushes come in 2 sizes, our standard and our mini. They come as a 3-pack like this. They're available in the catalog. This is how they come. Okay, they come 3, both sizes come 3 to a pack. And then I label mine and I store them, and I'll show you how I store them, although since I've created this, we now have an amazing brush holder. So I took a standard storage cube, and I have featured this in some of my storage videos before. So we have these really great storage cubes, which I use a ton of in my craft room. They're meant to kind of be like this. Sorry, I'm not holding it at the right angle. They're meant to sit like this, and they lock. And then we have this little lid that can go on top so you can set things. But what I decided to do is I used some glue, and I glued my lid to my box and then turned it up on end, and I store my blending brushes in these. And I've loved having this, but we've since come out with an addition to our storage line that holds the blending brushes. So if you wanted to have your brushes sitting in a cute little holder other than something like this, you could certainly get one of your blending brush holders as part of our storage collection that would work well for you to do the same thing. Hi, Joan, welcome. So I will continue to use this until it's full. I did cut down one of our piercing mats. If you can see, it's down in the bottom there, just to keep things from falling over quite so much. It's a mess right now because I I kind of moved it over here, and I had a divider in it that popped out when I carried it over to my table out of my craft room today. So I'll fix that because I keep my aqua and water painters in here too. So let's look at what else I used on making these cards. So aside from having something that you can blend your color on, you want to choose something for a focal point to use with your stamps. And I chose to use this decorative circle punch, one of my absolute faves, and I'm so glad that it's making it into a new catalog. And then our 2-inch circle punch. So we've also released 2 circle punches in our online exclusive. So where you will find this paper, you're going to find a 1 3/4 and 2-inch circle punch, and that's what I use to make these. I use the decorative circle with the 2-inch, at least I hope I grabbed the right one. Yep, the 2-inch circle punch, and then just a favorite sentiment set. Any sentiment set you have on hand would work really great, and last week you saw these in action with the coordinating dies that come with it. So let's explore some of the new colors. So I thought it would be fun to kind of mix and match new colors with old colors and show you how nicely they work together. We have our 5 new in colors as well as 11 colors added to our color line. So to make this card, I'm staying in the monochromatic theme for all of the projects today except for one. I will show you how you can mix and match. And for this project, I used Balmy Blue, which is carrying over, and then I mixed it with our new Boho Blue and Night of Navy. So we have Balmy Blue, Boho Blue, Night of Navy, and it's on a Boho Blue card base and decorative circle. Then I stamped it in the Night of Navy to help that sentiment pop. And then all of them, I've just added a cute little gem. And this is actually the Starry Sky twine that's part of the In Color twine pack. And that's in the new catalog too. I'm very happy about that. So just a little something so that this sentiment can really pop. Now I made this card the same exact way, except I used the vanilla and gold specialty paper. And my color theme for this one was Lemon Lolly, which we also used last week, amazing yellow, crushed curry, and pumpkin pie. So this is the color combination I used for this card. So we have a Lemon Lolly card base, and one of my favorite sayings, faith over fear. So we have Lemon Lolly, crushed curry, and pumpkin pie. And you can blend it and make it as light or dark as you want. Works really nicely. And then I used one of my favorite ribbons. You know, I use this a lot. Can you see the shimmers on that? This is white, but I used a Lemon Lolly Stampin' Blends, and I colored the white ribbon yellow because I didn't have a yellow ribbon. Now there is a new yellow ribbon in our new catalog, but I don't have it yet. So Stampin' Blends is a great way to create some custom details to add to your card, and I'm going to show you that here in a little bit when I pull out another color. So let's get started and make some of these cards, okay? So I have all my blending brushes here. We're going to use, here's the Lemon Lolly blends, and I didn't grab, did I grab? I thought, yes, I did. So let me show you how I made that ribbon. So this ribbon is great because anytime you have white ribbon, you will get tons of use out of it because you can use it on anything. And you will notice that on one side it has the glitter, but on the back side it doesn't. So if you're going to use your Stampin' Blends, use that back side because it won't fray your tip on your Stampin' Blend, okay? So I simply kind of use the side. This does a couple things. It preserves your tip for coloring, but it also colors faster. See how fast you can color that? This is my dark Lemon Lolly. And now we have this really great yellow ribbon that we can add to our project. So fast and so easy to use. Okay? Give it just a second or two to dry and you're good to go. Since this is an alcohol marker, once it dries, it becomes permanent on whatever you're coloring, and then you can add this cute little accent to your projects. So anytime you're building your collection, factor in some white things because you can always customize them to use on any project. All right, so let's work with our next color combination. So I thought it would be fun to explore some of the pinks that are in our new catalog because there's some really beautiful pink colors. If you're a pink fan, you're going to love this. So let's work with Bubble Bath, which you got a little sneak peek of last week. Moody Mauve, which is one of our new in colors. And Berry Burst. So this Berry Burst is being added back into our core color line. It was a previous in color and super popular. So I thought this would be fun to make with some of our silver. I have to find what I did with my silver piece. With some of the silver natural gilded designer series paper. And I cut this 4 wide by 5 long, so 4 inches by 5. And if you're working with a directional print, make sure that you make note of that so that you have it on your card base in the direction that you want it. So this is a standard Bubble Bath card base. It's cut 8.5 by 5.5. I've scored it at 4 1/4. So it's just going to be a standard side fold, or you could make it a top fold depending on what you wanted. And I'm going to ink blend my 3 colors on there. So I'm just going to pull out my pink blend. I don't have one for every single color, but I do just kind of make sure that I pull off any old color before I put it away so that it's ready to go for the next project. So I'm going to start by doing some blending of the light first and then work down into my darker tones. So let's start with Bubble Bath. It's a soft pink. It's beautiful. I've really been enjoying working with it. Now when you put your ink on your brush, see how there's a curve to the brush? Your most intense part is going to be right at the base of that curve. So I always just kind of tap it off a bit so I don't get a blotch. And then I kind of come off the side of my paper and then start blending. And once you start blending, then usually you don't get those blotches, but it does help. And I just realized that I forgot to grab a piece of paper towel or a tissue, which you're going to want because wherever the foil is, it's going to resist the ink. So it can get caught on your fingers and you can get splotches on your card where you may not want them. Then I like to just go in a nice circular motion to blend those colors, and you can bring it as far down as you would like on your project. Now let me quickly go get something to wipe that. I swear every week I forget something. Someday I'll have a studio where I can record right where I work and then all my things will be at arm's reach. That would be amazing, wouldn't it? So now let's delve into our new Moody Mauve. So this is going to be a bit darker. So I'm going to put a little ink on my brush and kind of see how some of that comes off. I want to make sure I don't get splotches. So I'm going to start over here and then come in, and again, circular motion. You can see this is a little darker, and you can add as much or as little to your project as you would like, depending on how much color you want to bring in. Kind of blend it into that Bubble Bath so that you get a nice transition, and you can kind of blend it up as much as you want. All these cards are going to be made the same. I'm just trying to show you some of the new colors so that you can get familiar with them. And then last but not least, I'm going to bring in some Berry Burst along the bottom. So tap, tap, get a little ink, get some of the excess off, and then come in from the side of the card, and you can see this one's a little brighter. And then I'm just going to keep blending and blend it up into that moody mauve. And that's our little ombre pink piece. Then last but not least, I'm just going to wipe it down with a tissue. See how there's a little bit of ink on the foil? You don't need to rub hard, but you just want to get that excess off so that you don't get inky fingers that then get on your card pieces you don't want. Now see how we have a nice ombre effect? And we're going to add this to our card front. So I'm going to cut this, and depending on the size that you want for your front layer to be, just take whatever size you want and divide it by 3. So I'm going to be cutting this at like 1 and like 13/16. All I did was I took 5 and divided it by 3 so that I had roughly 3 even pieces, and I don't think they're exactly even, but it's close enough. Look how beautiful that is when you add that to your card. Isn't that pretty? And just so easy. It's just so easy that you could make so many projects so fast with this technique. It's a nice way to use up some of your designer series papers and get them featured on projects because it's so pretty. So now let's glue this in place. And I'm just going to use a little Tombow so that I can slide it into place. One of my favorite features of Tombow. I'm going to do the top and the bottom first so that I can center that middle piece and get even spacing between my 2 pieces. So very easy. Here we go. What do you think? Do you like those colors together? All right, so now I'm going to create my decorative circle layer. I'm going to make that the same color as my card base. You could mix and match it if you wanted to. So I'm just going to punch one of those out of Bubble Bath cardstock. And then I'm going to punch a 2-inch circle with my 2-inch circle punch. You could stamp it first if you wanted to, but since my stamp set is photopolymer, I can see exactly where I'm stamping. Now I want this sentiment to pop, so I'm going to pull the dark color off the bottom. And then you can use any sentiment out of this that you want. So this, when you pull a really nice sentiment set, you have so many nice choices that you can work with. What's this one? Good luck. Oh, that's fun. And with graduation coming up, if you have a lot of graduations coming up, this is a really nice technique. You can sit down and just make a whole bunch of cards and set them aside, and then you're ready to go. So here's this is good luck. So I'm just going to ink this up with my Berry Burst and stamp that. And again, you could use the Moody Mauve or any of them that you really wanted. I didn't do a good job of, that was the first time I'd used the Good Luck stamp. And I'm going to put this right on the front of my card. So this is the new In Color ribbon. It comes in all 5 of the new In Colors. It's beautiful. It's called 3/8 inch textured ribbon. I'm going to use this to tie a bow, but I want to tuck it underneath. I would like to tuck it underneath my circle. So I'm going to take my scissors here, and I think I'm just going to cut up. You could tie a bow with it full width if you wanted to, but I think I'm just going to cut a little narrow piece of this. I like to do this a lot with ribbon. It just extends the use of your ribbon when you can make it into different widths. I'm just guessing how much I need here. So now I have this to use later. I save those and use them later. And now I'm just going to make my little bow. Isn't that cute? So now let's put this on with some dimensionals because I'm going to tuck this little bow underneath my I just want to move this to make sure I have space to slide that bow up underneath. There we go. I forgot to grab take my pick tool out to my space, guys. Remember last week I was missing my take your pick tool? I forgot to grab it. But that's okay. I'm just going to slide this underneath like that with a glue dot. There we go. Isn't that fun? Get that little pop of color. So what I did bring it out. Yay! So I'm just going to take that and kind of slide it under here and get it on that knot. And then just tuck it under there. I just kind of lift it up and push it down on there. And then you can kind of fish out that little bow like that. And then you get that little pop of color that sticks out from behind your focal point. Isn't that cute? And then any little embellishment would look really cute on this. So I'm going to show you the new In Color. I know I had them sitting right here. Here they are. They got... Oh no, I pulled these out for this one. I pulled out the pastel adhesive back sequence for this one, but we do have some new In Color ones. I guess maybe I forgot to grab them. They're in on the table. So I'm just going to sprinkle some of these around. These are always so fun. You can never have too many little gems and sparklies and sentiments on, or sparklies and embellishments on your project, and there's your project. Isn't that cute and so easy? Then you can stamp anything you want in here. We have this stamp that is really fun. Let's do this on the inside here. It says super fantastic mega news. So that would be a really great graduation card. So let's put that inside. There you go. So this would be great for babies, graduation, a new job, moving, anything. So here's our 3 colors so far. All right, so the next color combination that I thought would be fun to work with is going to be some of our new blue greens. Look at how beautiful. Look at that color combination. Hi, Robin. Thanks for hopping on. Oh, you like those. Thanks, everyone. I'm going to make it the same exact way. So let's mix this with the gold because I think this looks really pretty with gold. And I'm going to show you a fun little technique for making custom embellishments on this card. So we're going to use Pool Party, Lost Lagoon, and Pretty Peacock, and we're going to put that on Lost Lagoon. So this was one of the in one of the early In Color collections that Stampin' Up! Offered, and it's making a comeback, which I think is so pretty. So this is my card base. It's 4 1/4 by 11, and I've scored it at 5 1/2, which is just in the middle. And let's create, let's see, how does that look? Ooh, that looks pretty, doesn't it? Let's create with that. So this is the Gilded Nature paper, and we're going to blend on this. So let's get our little blending paper here to keep my workspace clean. And I'm going to get one of my blending brushes. And we're going to, again, start with our lightest color first. So let me set these embellishments aside. And let's start with Pool Party. So we're going to do Pool Party, then Lost Lagoon, and finish it up with a pop of Pretty Peacock along the bottom of our card. So let's make sure this is a little bit clean and start with our light color. I splurged and treated myself to brand new ink pads with the color refresh, and oh, it's so nice to have fresh pads. My pads are so well used. So if you're looking for a treat for yourself these days, that might be just your ticket, is to treat yourself to a full set of brand new ink pads. All right, so I'm adding my Pool Party all across the top half of this beautiful 4" by 5" piece of Gilded Nature foil paper. Then I'm going to come in with some Lost Lagoon, and again, I'll get some of that excess off, and then I'll come in with my small circles right where I left off and kind of blend this through the middle of my card by adding it to this layer here. And again, you don't have to go monochromatic. I do have a card that I'm going to show at the end where I'm going to mix different colors. It's not a monochromatic color look. So there you go. Then last but not least, I'm going to come in with that Pretty Peacock and add a pop of color. So let's do that now. Let's pick up some Pretty Peacock. And I'm going to add my sentiment in Pretty Peacock. And then I like to make sure that I blend this up into the Lost Lagoon a little bit so that you get a nice transition. I don't want lines through the middle of my card, but isn't that beautiful? I don't know if the camera is going to pick up the color variation very well, so let me exaggerate it a little bit so that you can see how pretty it is. Add some more peacock down here. There we go. So hopefully you can see how beautiful that is. All right, so let me close up the inks that we're done with. And then just wipe this foil so I don't get blue fingerprints on things I don't want blue fingerprints on. Isn't that pretty? It's so pretty. Look at when you put it on that card. Isn't that beautiful? These colors are so pretty. All right. So once again, I'm going to come in with my little tiny trimmer, and I'm going to trim this into 3 pieces. And I'm just cutting this 5" piece in thirds. So you can take your trimmer and divide whatever size piece you have into thirds. So my top and bottom are a little wider than my middle. I'm fine with that. And then I'm going to cut a 2" circle again. They're all the same. And my decorative circle. Now you could also die cut beautiful layers with some of our label die cut pieces that we have. We have so many beautiful label dies. So let's take a little bit of Tombow now and add these. Again, I'm going to do my top and my bottom first, and then add the middle so that it's centered perfectly. Now the next one I'm going to show you using that black and white paper, the Zoo Crew paper. It's so cute, but it has those amazing black and white patterns on it. What I like about this paper is you get the neat benefit of having the pattern continue from one piece to the next. So I pay attention when I cut it to keep the direction of the pattern going. So now we're going to have our Lost Lagoon piece here and our white piece. So let's pick out our sentiment. And let's do thank you. We all always need thank you cards, don't we? I always need thank you cards. I like to send them to to my friends that place orders through me. I'm looking for it. Am I looking right at it? I am. Oh my goodness. So let's stamp this in Pretty Peacock. So I will ink up my pretty, with my Pretty Peacock ink pad and stamp that white circle. Look how beautiful that color is. Isn't that pretty? And add this to my decorative circle layer. And that's going to go right there in the middle of my card. Now I'm going to show you a little trick to make some custom sentiments. So let's add a couple of dimensionals to this and put it on our card front. Now here's what I'm going to use for embellishments. So I'm going to use this beautiful pool party ribbon. And you could tie a bow, or you could also add this in the back, just popping out in any way that you like. I'm going to make kind of a little bit of a bigger bow so that it can stick out from underneath the... That's going to go underneath like that. Love that. Love it. And then here are the embellishments I'm going to use. So these classic matte dots come in white, vanilla, basic gray, and black. But we have brand new Stampin' Blends that come in Pretty Peacock. Look how beautiful. So I'm going to take my embellishments and I'm going to create some. I have all these little pieces in here. I'm going to create some here. We'll use that piece since there's a lot of light ones on it. I think I'm going to use my light Pretty Peacock and I'm going to color some of these. Well, maybe the dark will be a little better. So nice smooth embellishments work great for creating custom colors because you can not ruin your tips by coloring them. Then you want to give them just a second to dry, and they don't take long since these are, again, alcohol-based markers. That alcohol evaporates off pretty quickly, and then you have your own custom embellishments in any color that you need to make for your project. Isn't that fun? I love blends for doing things like that. So let's just put this on our knot and tuck that underneath like that. So easy, right? And now I'm going to sprinkle these on my project. So here's a couple here. And a couple up here. And there you go. Isn't that pretty? So look, we're just creating a whole little rainbow. A whole little rainbow of cards with our new colors. These are all the same layout. I am making these all the same way. So you could mass produce these by making bigger pieces of designer series paper at once and then cutting it down into pieces. You don't even have to use as many colors if you don't like. All right, so how am I doing for time here? So I'm almost out of time, so I'm going to make the rainbow card. So how fun is this? So a fan favorite, Lemon Lime Twist. This was so popular when it was in color. I was so excited, and I've had such great feedback from customers that it's coming back that I thought, well, we for sure have to use Lemon Lime Twist today to make a card. So we're going to blend Lemon Lime Twist with a bubble bath. Where did I put my bubble bath? Here it is, with bubble bath, and I thought it would be fun to bring in Pool Party. Isn't that a fun color combination? So let's use some of our black and white paper, and then look at the cute ribbon. I have some Lemon Lime Twist ribbon. This comes in a combo pack with a pink. And I'm looking, here it is. I was looking for my black and white paper. All right, so I think we should use this fun little polka dot. I think that's really cute, isn't it? So let's cut a piece of this, 4 inches by 5 inches. That's the size that I used for all of the other pieces. So we're just going to keep it the same. So I'm going to bring this in and cut this to 4 inches wide. By 5 inches long. You can always keep this, would make a cute little strip behind something. I have so many things out today, I'm feeling a little unorganized. So let's add our pop of color. So let's start by adding, let's see, what color? That's kind of cute. Let's do our lemon lime twist in the middle and our bubble bath up top. So let's get some of that darker pink off here. And I just rub this around in circles and it eventually comes off. You could do this in nice bright colors too. Berry Burst would be really cute on here. So let's get some of this and add our pink. And then we'll put some lemon lime twist in the middle. So we'll pull out one of our green. I have a mini here, I'll use a mini. Isn't that fun? Look how fun it is to just blend these. And when you blend them, you kind of create your own little custom color. Okay, and then last but not least, let's add our blue. With our pool party. Come across this line here so that you get a nice blended line. And look how cool that is. Isn't that fun? And now we'll layer this. How fun is that? So super fun and easy, right? I love easy. Okay, so now let's cut these into 3 pieces. So this blends just like the foil. And we'll stick these down in place. Look at this little frog playing the flute. How cute's that? And again, I'm putting this card together the same way as the others. I'm just using a 4-inch by 5-inch piece of designer series paper, adding my color, and then I'm cutting it into thirds, which for this one is like not quite 1 3/4, a little more than that, and it makes my centerpiece just a little narrower than the top and the bottom. And then I put them on with some Tombow so that I can get them. Then I'm going to again cut my decorative circle for my background, and then a 2-inch circle to put my sentiment on. And again, you could use some really fun layering dies for this. And I think I'm going to add my sentiment in the pink. So let's bring our bubble bath in, and let's do another thank you because I think that's fun. We'll do a nice Pink thank you, and that beautiful bubble bath. It's such a nice soft pink. And we'll adhere this in place with some Tombow. And that's going to go right there on our card. Nice and colorful, isn't it? This would be really cute with some little flecks of color on it. So maybe I'll do that. Hopefully I don't ruin it. Let's see. This is our light peacock. I'm going to add just a couple little flecks, ever so lightly. Just a little something. It just needed a little something. All right, so now let's tie our bow with this really fun lemon lime twist 1/8 inch ribbon. I love this. This is going to get a ton of use. Tie my bow so that I can slide it underneath there. I'm making kind of bigger loops so that they pop out underneath here. Whoops. So that'll go underneath like that with my glue dot. You can always take a bow, and if you hold the knot, if you give the tails a little tug, that usually helps them stay down a little bit. Now we just need some cute little embellishments. So how about if we use these pretty pink ones? So these are new in color dots. They're called in color dots. There are new in colors. And this is Moody Mauve. And even though we didn't use Moody Mauve on here, look how nicely the colors coordinate. So let's add some of these. We can sprinkle these anywhere we would like. You know I love to use embellishments, right? To me, you can never add too many. There we go. There's our rainbow card. What do you think? Aren't these fun and easy? So here we have our monochromatics, and all these were made the same way. And then we have our rainbow card using patterned paper. What do you think? You like those? So I hope you enjoyed learning some fun and easy techniques today. I hope that you try this and use up some of your black and white or foil papers and add your color and make these with your own personal touch of color. So don't forget, last chance list. It's truly the last chance. This is your last week. And don't forget to reserve your product shares by this week. All right? Thanks everyone for joining me today. I always enjoy it, and I hope you have a great weekend. Bye.